Hi, my name is Lily Alexandra Pulido Neira. The War of the Worlds is a very interesting book. It is about an alien invasion. It was written by George Wells. Here the protagonist tells about everything he had to live through during the invasion. Below are the chapters from 6 to 11. Chapter 6: The Death of Towns. Where the terror passed, the protagonist and the soldier left their house to go in the direction of Leatherhead. He met people who still didn't know what was going on. They reached one of the nearby villages. Confusion reigned, and the military installed cannons. Soon the Martians arrived, laying waste to everything in their path. In total, there were 5 machines that fired, but one of the Martians was hit by a grenade. The protagonist had to hide in the river. The Martians were shooting and, almost about to die, wounded disappeared. Chapter 7: In London. The Martians completely destroyed Wall, killing about 600 soldiers. The protagonist tells us how his brother is living the experience in London in Wellington Street, and the protagonist's brother came across posters that read "Terrible Tragedy, London in Danger." The Martians were approaching and everyone already knew it. They knew that something terrible was going to happen. Chapter 8: The Black Smoke. The Martians had begun to attack again. These Martians were moving in a line, perhaps 2 kilometers apart, communicating with each other by howling loudly. The protagonist was with a priest and continued on their way, and meanwhile the Martians had decided to launch a kind of tube containing black smoke. The smoke slowly spread to every corner, floating thickly, killing any living thing. The government, already destroyed, made a last effort. He told the people of London that they had to flee. Chapter 9. The protagonist tells us how people fled from the place and how his brother also fled to save himself with 2 women. Everyone wanted to get out of England as soon as possible, as the situation was getting very complicated. The gypsies continued with their work, so the escape was very difficult due to the large number of people who want to leave that place. The destructive fire of the machines could be seen in the distance. Finally, the protagonist's brother stopped to rest. Although it was difficult to rest in those circumstances, since they began to be very hungry and the night was cold. Chapter 10. The 6th cylinder fell at Wimbledon. The protagonist and the woman saw a green flash beyond the hills, while the government was preparing many explosives. Then at night, the 7th cylinder fell in London on Primrose Hill. People fled, but to safety from invaders, as all of London had been taken over by the Martians. And the brother embarked on one of them and saw an warship about 3 kilometers away. This was the Thunder Shield. The speed towards them. Then they started shooting at the Martians, making them fall, and people keep looking. The boat where the protagonist brothers was going to move away, and with the expectation of what could happen. Chapter 11. Earth under Martians. After recounting what happened from his brother's point of view, the protagonist returns to his situation. He was still hiding with the priest, flying the destruction caused by the black smoke. This poison has already killed many people, and along the way, there were only dead people, and he thought of his wife. They found a house, but the five-cylinder fell on top of them. The protagonist was unconscious. The priest helped him. Then they watched what the Martian machines were doing. And so ends this chapter. Thanks.